Heard you've been talking back garbage about my Tennessee Vols, huh? I've heard the rumors. I've heard about it already. I've heard all the things that y'all have been talking about. Oh, Squidtard, man. You know, this Lane Kiffin guy, man. You know, it was a wise decision for him to leave Tennessee. You know why? Because when he left and then got fired from Southern Cal and then went to Florida Atlantic and then went to Ole Miss, he knew what he was doing. He knew that 10 years after he ditched Tennessee to go to Southern Cal, only to lose there, he knew that the revelation was that he was going to go to Ole Miss, and then he was just going to have the most dominant offense in all of college football. That's the story I've been hearing. And this is coming from the same people who've been talking these last few weeks after we absolutely dismantled South Carolina and Missouri. You know, before these games happened, before we played Missouri, oh, no, you're going to lose to Missouri, Squidtard. Sorry, man, Missouri's just too good. You know, Missouri got one of the most dominant offenses right now, Squidtard. Tennessee not competing with that. Tennessee's defense is not going to be able to stop Missouri from scoring. And you're certainly not going to be able to score enough points to beat Missouri, especially in a shootout, Squidtard. What happens? We beat him by, 40 points? Oh, Mizzou was overrated. Mizzou wasn't that good anyway. Does anybody expect anything good from Mizzou? No, they weren't that good anyway. Mizzou was trash. Garbage. Beat up on a nobody, Squidtard. Beat up on a nobody. That's all I've been hearing this past week. And then after that, when we played South Carolina, oh, well, I'm sorry, Squidtard, but, you know, this Shane Beamer train, man. This Shane Beamer train, it's the real deal. It may not seem like it right now, but coming in the following weeks, especially this week, Beamer train's going to be rolling all over Knoxville, Squidtard. You're not going to know what hit you. I'm sorry, there's just no chance you have in this game, man. I'm going with South Carolina. I just think that the better team got the better coaching. Shane Beamer's got this program going in the right direction, and you can't see it. I just got a feeling, man. I just got a feeling, bro. I just got a feeling. Feel these nuts. We beat the crap out of South Carolina, too. And what did I hear? Oh, you know, they're kind of overrated. South Carolina pretty overrated. South Carolina wasn't that good anyway. South Carolina's a nobody, just like Missouri. Tennessee ain't played nobody good. Tennessee just isn't. I'm trying to word this in a way that doesn't sound trademarked, I guess. That's a good way to put it. But yeah, that's all the talk that I've been hearing. And then, of course, going into this game, oh, Squidtard, you need to stop being so high on the Vols, man. You stop being so high on the Vols. I know Tennessee's put up more points than most teams in the SEC. I know Hendon Hooker has a quarterback ranking the best in the SEC and number 5 overall in the FBS. But nah, man. You know that guy, Matt Corral? Matt Corral, man. Matt Corral's the real deal. Oh, man, Matt Corral, man. He's going to light up that program, man. Light it up. He's going to light it up, Squidtard. You're not even going to know what hit you. Ole Miss is the real deal. They're a real team. Name me one team. You know what's funny? What's hilarious about Ole Miss as compared to the other teams we played? Now, granted, there's no excuse for the Florida loss. That's a pretty substantial loss. They just have more talent depth. But you look at Ole Miss, and you know what they are? A dumbed-down version of Missouri. That's it. Really good offense. Oh, not so good of a defense, but hey, take a look at that offense, though. They're the real deal. Coming this time after Saturday, all the talk we're going to hear, even though Ole Miss is ranked 15th overall, or at least in the top 15, Ole Miss doesn't even deserve to be in the top 15. They're just not a top 15 team. If Tennessee can beat them, anybody can, man. Ole Miss, they're about to lose to, Vandy, man. They're terrible, bro. They're terrible. I guarantee you that's the talk we're going to be hearing after we beat them 6 ways from Monday. I don't get it. I really don't get it. It doesn't take... Here's the thing, okay? Yeah, South Carolina, Missouri. It doesn't take much of anybody to know that South Carolina, Missouri aren't world beaters. I mean, they're just not. They're not good. I mean, they're poo-poo cheeks. Poo-poo cheeks. But all you had to do was watch Tennessee play both of those teams, and you knew right away, oh, I think Tennessee might actually have a decent offense. You think? We're putting up more points on these garbage can schools than any other school in the SEC, including Ole Miss. If Ole Miss is the most dominant offense right now in the SEC, then explain to me why they struggle to put up 40 points on any of the garbage can opponents that they play. Explain to me that, and I know the excuse that's going to come out for that one. Oh, but Squidtard, once we're up by 30 points, we need to rest our starters, man. We need to, put in other starters. We need to just stop. We're not going to run up the score. You have Lane Kiffin as your head coach. You can't use that excuse. And this is ridiculous, man. This Lane Kiffin crap. Look, I wasn't there. I'm not going to sit there and act like that I sat in the booth when Lane Kiffin said, oh, I'm going to USC. I'm not going to act like that's the case. But I'm certainly not going to act like it didn't happen. Lane Kiffin betrayed the entire state of Tennessee that day. Unless if you're in Nashville or Memphis or, yeah, those places. Oh, that Nashville barbecue, though. By the way, how's Vandy doing? Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. Lane Kiffin betrayed Knoxville entirely on that day. And he knew when he made that decision that us fans, the fans that were there that day, the fans that would come in the next generation, the fans that would only be around since 2015. This guy Squidtard's only been a fan since Butch Jones. He doesn't know anything about what us real vintage Tennessee fans have been through. Doesn't matter. All the same, you betrayed Tennessee, and it's finally coming back to bite you, Lane Kiffin. I just love how cute he's been all over Twitter. You know, man, this Tennessee team, they might be the real deal. I don't know, man. This Tennessee team, guys. This Tennessee team, bro. I don't know how they're not ranked, man. I don't know how they're not ranked. Now, yeah, granted, any Ole Miss fan could say that right now. And honestly, I would agree with them. But this is Lane Kiffin here. It doesn't take much of anybody to know that this is just some low-quality bait here. He's trying to get the Tennessee fans on his side. We all know what's going on here. So, yeah. Talking about the game in general, though, yeah. It's a 50-50 game, really. If you want to look at it from a real perspective. Yeah, if you want to bring up that whole thing about how Tennessee hasn't played anybody worth of anything, and this is their first real opponent, that's a complete freaking lie. You know, thing is, Pittsburgh has a more dominant offense right now than Ole Miss. That's just the truth. Pittsburgh got a more dominant offense than Ole Miss. Not better than Tennessee, and the reason I say that, you lost, Squidtard, you lost that game, man. Yeah, I know. But who was our quarterback for 3 quarters in at least 2 quarters in that game? Joe freaking Milton. And look, I hate to dog on Joe Milton here, but Hendon Hooker from Virginia Tech to Tennessee looks like a completely different quarterback. It's like we just brought this legendary 5-star out of nowhere. He's playing like I thought Harrison Bailey could have played. Joe Milton is Jarrett Garantano. He just is. The only thing that Jarrett Germinamo had that Joe Milton doesn't is at least he can connect a pass. Even JG could at least connect the temporary deep ball every so often. So yeah, sorry to burst your bubble on that, Ole Miss, but the truth is, Pittsburgh in that game, the only reason they won was because of Joe Milton. That's just the truth. And Joe Milton at sea in the field in this game, unless in the possibility that we're up by 28. So and there won't be a possibility where Ole Miss is up by 28, so don't have to worry about that. Well, how should I narrow this down for the people who don't believe in Tennessee? How should I narrow this down? I'm curious is all. It's only a matter of time, isn't it? Well, allow me to set the score by a reoccurring setting that I've yet to use. So, got a squad tread, snap this one. Boop. Well, Ole Miss, let me tell you how this is gonna go, okay? Let me tell you how this is gonna go, alright? You're gonna come into Neyland Stadium as a top 15 team. All the hype is gonna be around you unless you're a Tennessee fan. And you are going to get your cheeks clapped. That's what's going to happen when you come into Neyland Stadium tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is what's going to happen. You are done. You are screwed. This is the end of your season. We are about to finally get revenge on Lane Kiffin. Here we come. There is no stopping us. This is what a real hype train looks like. Whoa!
Hooker on the slant. It's caught. Hooker downfield has a receiver wide open. Touchdown, Javonte Payton. Tyon Evans into the end zone from 45.
By the way, Tennessee basketball is coming up soon.